ADHD entrepreneurs, let's cut the BS. Selling isn't hard because you suck at sales. It's hard because the system you're trying to follow was never built for your brain. You've spent hours tweaking your sales page instead of actually selling. You keep reworking your offer for the 10th time this month because you feel like it's not quite right. And you start strong and then you disappear and panic when you realize your bank account isn't looking like you want it to look. Like, sis, where's my money? That is the ADHD sales cycle if I've ever seen one. And the problem is you're running your business like a neurotypical. So your ADHD brain was never meant for rigid, repetitive sales systems. So in this video, I'm breaking down a simple ADHD-proof sales strategy actually works, one that lets you make money even when you need to take a break from your business, and one that finally stops the cycle of hyperfocus and burnout and overthinking because you are a queen at it. So yes, I'm about to drag you a little bit, but it's out of love. Let's dive into it. So before we dive into all of the tactical things, I want to talk about why traditional sales strategies fail ADHD brains. Because I used to think I was terrible at selling. Every time I tried to be consistent, I lasted a week, maybe? And every time I finally posted about my offer, I'd get stuck refreshing my notifications and spiraling into why isn't anyone buying this yet? And I'd have a meltdown. And every time I told myself I just need to get more organized, I would spend an entire day color coding my ClickUp instead of making money. And I know you can relate to this. And the truth is, you don't suck at sales. You were just following a sales system that was built for corporate robots, not ADHD brains, because you've been told to be consistent every day. Every day looks different for us. Follow a 30-day sales plan. Meanwhile, you forget about it by day 3. And send cold DMs. If you wanted to torture yourself, there is no easier way than sending cold DMs. Neurotypical business coaches just don't understand why you can't stick to the systems they've created or the programs they've created. They keep handing us suit and tie corporate sales strategies while we're over here operating in lives and dopamine and sometimes sheer chaos. So instead of trying to force yourself into a structure that was never designed for your brain, let's talk about building one that actually works for you. And if you're nodding along right now because sales feel exhausting, I recorded an entire private podcast series breaking down the exact ADHD-friendly sales systems and strategies that I use to build my business as a neurodivergent entrepreneur to multiple 6 figures and things that actually work. It's free, it's short, it's sweet, and it's only available through the link below. So you can grab it in the show notes after you're done with today's video below. So now that we talked about why traditional sales strategies don't work, let's talk about the ADHD-friendly sales systems that do actually work. So let's talk about how you can actually make sales as an ADHDpreneur without overcomplicating, overthinking, or setting your laptop on fire. So I'm going to break this down in a couple steps for you. So step 1, we want to make sales automatic because your brain will forget otherwise. If your business only makes money when you actively sell, you don't have a business. You have a high-stress job. Your ADHD brain will forget to promote your offers. It will get distracted. It will hyper-focus on something else. So you have to learn how to build automation into your business. Things like evergreen sales funnels that sell while you're hyperfixating on your latest hobby. Pre-scheduled content that talks about your offer even when you forget to talk about your offer, or even when you're having a day where you need to completely be a potato and rest. And a dead simple call to action. So people don't have to decode 10 steps of a buying process. If people don't know how to buy from you, they won't. So stop making them work for it. Step 2, sell in sprints, because daily consistency is a joke. ADHD brains do not do well with slow and steady. Same thing every day. Mundane, boring, right? We thrive in short dopamine fuel bursts. So posting once a day forever is instant burnout. Selling like a beast for 5 to 7 days, then chilling, that's our move. Live launches, live challenges, pop-up promos. Use that ADHD energy for short sprints, make your money, and then rest. All the other times, things should be scheduled to be selling your offer evergreen on the back end. Step 3, use urgency and dopamine because our brain loves a deadline. ADHD brains need urgency. If there is no built-in deadline, you will push it off forever. If it is not right now and it's not in front of you, it's not important. So instead of whenever sales make it impossible to ignore, limited time bonuses, give them a reason to buy now. Fast action offers, make the decision easy, remove the overthinking, gamify your launches, make selling fun, because bored ADHD equals checked out. And if you're checked out of your business, everyone else is too. Step 4, stop over explaining and start selling. Most ADHDpreneurs talk too much and sell too little. You don't need a 10-step content strategy. You don't need a dissertation about your offer. You don't need a million tweaks before you feel ready. You need to make the offer, tell them how to buy, repeat. If you keep talking around your offer instead of actually selling, no one's buying. Be direct. And this is something that I actually designed called the content sprint system. I'll put information about that in the show notes. Definitely check this out. But if you are someone who struggles with getting enough content created to batch so that you can take rest, so that you can unplug, so that you can stop overthinking about your business 24/7, check out the content sprint system in the show notes. So here's the shift that will change everything for you as an ADHD entrepreneur. The biggest mistake ADHD entrepreneurs make is waiting to feel ready before they start. We very often get stuck in learning mode or research mode, and we hyperfixate on knowing everything we need to know before we start, but you'll never feel ready. And that's exactly why you're still stuck. Success comes from taking action before you feel prepared. Clarity doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from actually doing the thing. If you've been making sales way harder than they need to be, it's time to fix that. So I break a lot of this down on the ADHD CEO show, my podcast. I'll have that in the show notes for you as well, where we talk about the no BS sales systems that actually work for your brain. And then again, if you are struggling and you're tired of running your business alone, you need actual support from an ADHD entrepreneur who gets it. Check out the Focused and Free membership in the show notes as well. This membership is designed for ADHD business owners who need accountability, need structure and strategy that actually fits our brain. If you are done overthinking and want an ADHD-friendly business that actually runs without draining you, make sure to click the links in the show notes below. Get all of the resources you need because sales can be effortless. You just need a system that actually fits your brain. And one last quick tip before you go. This is a bonus tip for you, but remove the mental load. Make your offer stupid simple. Your ADHD brain hates clutter. So stop making your sales process feel like a puzzle people have to figure out. You need to focus on one clear offer. Stop tweaking it every other week. You've got to give it time to sell. A 1 to 2 sentence pitch that tells people exactly what it does, and a dead simple CTA that makes it easy for them to buy. So instead of, hey guys, so I've been thinking I have a new offer and I'm working on refining it, but if you're struggling with this problem and you want to have some help, DM me and we could chat about it. Or if you're overwhelmed, do this instead. Ready to make sales feel effortless? My ADHD-friendly business program is open. DM me effortless for the link. Very simple, very direct. You're good at being direct. Use that to your advantage. Well, I'm very excited to announce the ADHDpreneur Academy is now open for a wait list. So this is a high-level 6-month mentorship that finally gets your business working for your ADHD brain without burnout or overwhelm. The sales and scaling high proximity 6-month mentorship you've been looking for ADHDpreneurs who refuse to fit into the box because your success isn't meant to look like anyone else's. So that's exactly what I'm going to do inside the ADHDpreneur Academy. Teach you how to build a business that works with your brain, simplify things so that you can finally start bringing in those sales and using your brain as your superpower. If you want to join the waitlist, you can do that below, and I'll see you inside the Academy.